People, this is 4 in the afternoon, 4:10 in the afternoon of 31st of Jan 2019, and I'm listening to Suck It and See from Arctic Monkeys. I'll pause that so that you can hear me over the music and I don't have to shout. Alright, so as I was telling you, it is 4:10. I woke up at 1 o'clock. Yeah, my sleep schedule is definitely not going to places. Oh, what just happened? I thought you paused. Like, what the fuck, bro? Is Siri getting too smart? Is AI finally taking over? Anywho, as I was telling you, I woke up at 1 o'clock. My sleep cycle is definitely not going places, bruh. All the videos that were exported last night while I was sleeping, this morning while I was sleeping, lol. I had to upload them all on their respective places on YouTube, on Google Drive, on Dropbox, wherever they were supposed to go. Now that is done, and a few phone calls have been made. There was a few people that needed to be contacted and alerted, and you know, the updated whole communication part is done. I'm gonna cook myself some lunch, and then I'll see what I have to do with the day. There is, if I'm not wrong, there is a to-do list that I made for what I have to do today before I slept last night. So I'll get to it. Call from a guy. He texted me earlier, and now he called me as well. Seems like I might just have a surprise meeting. Depends actually. This guy is Pritesh. So let's see. Actually, let us see, because the thing is that I haven't yet checked my schedule. Like, I was just chopping potatoes. So maybe I could go and meet him. I should get to figuring that out right now. By the way, just so that you have it in mind, this could be This could be a quick thing to cook, but it's not easy in terms of the amount of effort you need to put. You need to make sure you're tossing your potatoes every 30 seconds or so, and your flame is not on high. If it's on high, you'll have burnt potatoes, not roasted. If you don't toss your pan every 30 seconds or so, again you'll end up with burnt potatoes, not roasted. So keep that in mind. It is quick, as in like, give me 5 seconds, potatoes are done, but it needs you to stand there physically, toss the pan. So as I was telling you, this is a good roast. Like, okay, I can't show you because, oh god, the lens gets really foggy. Let's try it this way. You see that potato right there, the roasted one? That is what you exactly want. Now the thing is that if you do it on a high flame, the outsides of the potato will be roasted, so you'll have a nice looking roasted potato, but on the inside it will still be raw. Which means that, well, you'll be eating half-cooked potatoes, which is half-cooked. Anything is not good for your health. I think I forgot to tell you guys this. Once the potatoes are done, I like to add some soy sauce to them. This is after I've turned off the flame. The pan is still hot, so it still lets it cook. I'm so sorry, but it still lets it cook, but it doesn't burn the soy sauce. So it gives a nice after flavor. It gives a nice flavor to it. That's what it does. But it's not very strong because it hasn't been cooked with it. Oh, by the way, did I get a chance to tell you how amazing am I? How incredible am I? Yeah, I am amazing. You know what else is amazing? This thing that I cooked. This is just lovely. I love it. Okay, now this doesn't look like very palatable. I didn't go to the hotel management, one of those courses. I didn't do that, okay? And I'm not Gordon Ramsay, so I don't know how to really present food better or how to make it look better. But I sure as fuck know how to make it taste better, because this is amazing. What's up, people? This is 12:15 a.m. and I'm actually about to hit the bed. I just have one video to edit today, and the vlog, of course, which I'll be posting tomorrow. Other than that, I don't have much to edit today, so I'll be sleeping relatively early. Tomorrow is, I'm taking a break from work. I'm going to Kala Ghoda for the Kala Ghoda Art Festival. Tomorrow is the first day of which I'm really excited. I'm kind of tired. It's difficult to make out from my looks, but yeah, I'm really excited about it. The meeting in the evening went really well. I got kind of occupied after that, and I didn't vlog much. Also, I got so occupied, I realized at 10:30 that I haven't cooked dinner, and since I was kind of tired, I just ordered it. Yes, I cheated a bit. Like, I know my plan is not to order from outside and cook as much as possible. Um, and I'll admit that I didn't cook tonight's dinner. I ordered it online, which was not bad. Like, it's okay. Like, once in a while, it's okay. But I can't do this because then it will be like, oh yeah, it's just once in a while. It will become a habit. By the way, I was just watching the vlog that I uploaded this afternoon. There's seriously like a really there is something about watching your own vlogs. Like, before this, I was watching a really old one in which I went to get this tattoo done. I don't know if you can see it properly if it's in the frame, but this is my first tattoo, and I was seeing the vlog in which I went and got this tattoo done. Just seeing how far have I come. Like, a lot has changed in this time. Huh? A lot has changed. Anyhow, without getting distracted, I'll finish editing that vlog and that one video that I was talking about, and then I'll go and hit the bed because I need to get up early tomorrow. Like, not like early by your standard, probably not like 6 a.m. I need to wake up at like 12 o'clock in the afternoon, which is early by my standard. I was in the middle of editing that video, and for some reason, I'm just not focusing well enough today. This is 2:13, 14, something like that, 2:14 a.m. and I'm just not focusing well. Like, I was watching some Game of Thrones prediction season 8 videos on YouTube, and then I went down the rabbit hole of watching Game of Thrones meme videos. Like, I was watching the Superwoman's videos Superwoman's video where she was pretending to be a White Walker, going around her everyday life, and I was like, yeah, that's funny. Then I started editing a bit, and now I've went down another rabbit hole. But this one is like, I don't know what's wrong with my throat. This one is a tad bit more emotionally special to me because it is the rabbit hole of iPod classics. Now, I'm on OLX. They're not paying me. I wish they were. OLX is like eBay for India. Like, we have eBay. It's not like ebay.in is not a thing. It is a thing, but OLX is just way more popular in India. I think it is Indian. So when I was a kid, I had an iPod classic. You know, one of those scroll wheel thing that Apple used to make. Like, God, that thing was like my whole freaking childhood. Like, I got it when I was in what? This was 2004-05. I was in 5th standard or something, and I used it all the way till I was in my 10th. Like, when I was in 11th standard, I got my first phone. Like, I had a phone before that, but I never used to use it. This is when I went out of home, started living without my parents, and this is when I got my real first phone that I started actually using. It was the Nokia X201. Up till that time, I used to use my iPod all the freaking time. Yeah, I have some nostalgia connected with it. And I was just going around and I came across this. This is an advertisement for an iPod 80 gigs. The guy says it's a 6th gen. It looks fine by the photos. Like, if you see, there's quite some scuff marks, there's quite some scratches, but that was very common for iPod classics because this was a stainless steel back, and you know, stainless steel gets scratched up easily. This is indeed a 6th gen. I had a 2nd gen, so I know this is a 6th gen. Like, this kind of navigation menu, this existed only in the 6th gen, if I'm not wrong. I was doing some research and seems like I was not. Yes, this is the old fat 30-pin connector. It's not the same as the lightning connector. Definitely is not. Like, this is much bigger, guys. Remember those days? I had a
conversation with the guy. I haven't been having the conversation only today. I initiated this conversation quite a long time ago, but I wasn't serious. I was just like doing window shopping. But now I am. He says it's a sixth gen, uh, and he's pricing it at 2,800. Since he's selling a product which actually in India, not a lot of people seem to be buying it. Not a lot of people seem to be into iPods. Maybe just because when the iPods were being launched and everything, not a lot of people in India had iPods. Like even today, like iPhones and Macs are more expensive in India than they are in the US because government and taxes and a lot of those things that I just have no clue how it works. But I know for a fact that if you convert the price of, let's say, the new MacBook Air 2018 from dollars to INR versus what is being sold in a store right now, there's quite a good difference of around 30,000 bucks INR, of course, which is quite some money. So that is the reason why I guess not a lot of people are into old iPods or iPods. Period. I could see that. And yeah, pretty much I think back in India in those times, iPods weren't a style statement or a status symbol like iPhones are right now. Like iPhones are a complete status symbol in India right now. Like you have an iPhone, oh, I have an iPhone. For whatever reason, the second-hand iPod market, especially the iPod Classic market, is not that expensive. 2,800 bucks is not bad. He says it's in mint condition, not a what? Go to the description. He says not a single issue, only have the USB cable. So who interested, call me or message me. Of course, this guy needs some grammar help, but that's okay. I'll ignore him if he has a good iPod. Texted him, hey buddy, do you still have it? He's like, yeah. I'm like, which gen is it? He's like, it is 6th gen. I'm like, I gave him my number, like, you can WhatsApp me. He's like, I do not have WhatsApp. I'm like, who doesn't have WhatsApp? Like, does this guy live under a rock? He's like, please share me your phone details to discuss. I've given him my phone number. I've told him you can call me between 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. in the noon. Let's see. I'm of course gonna get on a call with him tomorrow. Hopefully he calls me tomorrow. I'm gonna find out if the iPod is in a good condition as he says, and he does have the 30 pin to USB cable like he says. I am guessing the 30 pin to USB cable shouldn't be expensive. If it's like flat 2,800 bucks and it works, like I can plug it into my MacBook or my Mac Mini and it works, like it syncs with my iTunes, I'll be happy. If I have to spend like 500 bucks, I'll still be okay. 500, 600, I'll be okay. Like that's worth it for the nostalgia factor. I'm looking for the 30 pin cable on Amazon. So as I was saying, 500, 600 is okay for the nostalgia factor. Anything more, I'll shy off. Amkey, I don't know what company is that, and they're selling a cable for $539, which is quite some money, especially for Amkey. Like I don't know what kind of company is that. Amazon doesn't seem to have an Amazon Basics cable. Like Amazon should have an Amazon Basics cable. It looks like they don't have an Amazon Basics cable for that, which sucks. Like Amazon Basics is like the go-to thing that you can trust with closed eyes. Like it's not the best in the market for anything in the Amazon Basics. It's not gonna be the best in the market, but then you could be certain that it will not explode in your face, which is the next best thing after the best. Anyhow, this is like an 80 GB model. Did I point that out, by the way? Let me load up the tab quickly. It's an 80 GB model, which was the cheaper model among the two. Like Apple sold the iPod Classic 6th Gen in two models, the 80 GB and the 120 GBs, both of which are complete overkill IMO. Now, just to clarify, back in those days, Apple used to sell such huge sized iPods because Apple Music wasn't really a thing back then. Like music streaming was, I don't think music streaming existed because the internet speeds, there were internet speeds, like good internet speed was expensive and affordable internet wasn't good enough to stream music on a reliable basis. That's why most people used to have like discographies and discographies in their iPod. Like I remember I had discographies in my discographies. I don't know how to pronounce it. Discographies in my iPod. Like I had a 10 GB, 10 GB Gen 2 iPod Classic. Like that was the only iPod I guess back then. I'm not sure. Anyhow, so that is the reason why back then Apple iPods used to have like 80 gigs and 120 gigs, and I'm sure like there were other music players, MP3 players which were not iPod. Like I had a Sony Walkman that used to take cassettes before that, and you had to carry like a bag full of cassettes. So I'm sure like there were MP3 players who also had 100 and 100 more than 120 gigs, because that's what like everyone does, right? Like if Apple has like Jeera rice, everyone will be like, fuck, we're gonna make biryani now. So yeah, this is a nostalgic, emotional rabbit hole that I'm going down. The nostalgia factor on this iPod is very freaking high right now. In this other tab, I actually have the iPod videos running from YouTube. I'm just trying to figure out what are the things that I should keep in mind while buying a second-hand iPod. I'm just trying to learn more about the 6th gen iPod since I never had it. I might not know, I do not know small nitty-gritty quirky things about it that could be helpful to me in judging if the iPod is in good condition or not, or how much life does it have. Because I'll be honest, I'm just gonna buy this iPod for nostalgia factor. Like nothing is replacing Apple Music, not at least right now. Like I'm not going to be like jamming out on the iPod. Like I'm just getting it for the nostalgia factor. I might like bring it out and play some music once in a while, or just have it because it's cool to have. But I am gonna have it because it's cool to have. Like I miss having an iPod. Okay, I do have an iPod Shuffle in my cupboard if I'm not wrong. Like I need to go and check. I'll have to find it, but I'm gonna do that tonight because fuck, nostalgia is flowing high tonight, very high. Yeah, after I got in my first year of engineering, I got myself an iPod Shuffle because I just so missed having iPod. And I did use it, to be honest. I used it through my engineering, like till in fact, when I came to Mumbai for a very long time, I was not using any music streaming services. Mostly, I used to listen to iPod. That's a 2 GB iPod Shuffle. Like that generation was only 2 GBs. I wish I could have bought bigger, but Apple didn't make a bigger one. And the point was like you have just a few podcasts on it, and you just have the kind of music that that you really love, and you're willing to listen anytime. So you don't have to take your iPhone with you when I'm going to work out. You just comes with a clip. You can clip it to your shirt or something, and just go for a run, or just go for a workout, and the music on it is going to be your favorite music. So you don't anyway care if you which one is playing, because you love them all. And I love like the iPod Shuffle had this button. You press it twice, it tells you the battery percentage. You press it once, it tells you the name of the song and the artist, something like that. I found it kind of cool, and it was small and it was rugged, just like every other Apple product. It was just like rugged, bro. Like you didn't have to worry if you dropped it. I miss iPods. By the way, I was just going through some YouTube videos, and I was reading a couple of articles, and I found that Apple still sells the iPod Touch for some reason, and for some reason they're gonna update it. Like apparently it has the same A8 processor as the iPhone 6. Like what year is this again? Uh, it's severely outdated, and they're planning to update it. Like who's really buying iPods? Or maybe people like me who have nostalgia. I guess that's the only reason Apple is still selling iPods, because they just don't want to remove iPods from their website or their catalog. Let's see if Apple India has got iPods on it. Okay, so not here. Like it has Mac, it has iPad, iPhone, Watch, TV, music, support, where to buy. So it doesn't have iPod here anymore. Maybe it's on the music. Like that makes sense. Like people use iPods to listen to music, right? Oh yeah, there is the iPod Touch. There is Apple Music. There is iTunes. There is AirPods, and there is iPod Touch. Oh, let's since we are under this, we are in this. Since we are in this rat hole anyhow, and I've wasted so much time, it doesn't matter if I spend like next 15 minutes drooling at the iPod Touch. I really used to drool at the iPod Touch when it came out. Like, God, that thing was like sexy. I don't remember which gen. is the one that looked like the iPhone 4. I completely loved it. No, not the iPhone 4. The one that looked like the 3GS or the 3G. Like one of the iPhones with the stainless steel back. Anyhow, so it says iPod Touch A8 chip. You see, that's an A8. That's the same as an iPhone 6. 8 megapixel cameras, 5 stunning colors. You see how useless this product is when like one of the greatest selling points is 5 stunning colors. Now don't get me wrong, I completely love the iPod. If they were not like, I don't know how much do they cost. Like, if it's cheap, I might just buy one. Like if this was like 5K, I would completely buy one of these. Maybe this one, the blue one. Okay, I don't know the pricing of this, but if it's 5,000 or below, maybe even if it's 5.5, I'll go to Maple tomorrow and buy the blue one. The blue one. If they don't have it, I'll be like, fuck it, I don't care. Just get it, and I'll buy this, the blue one. Yeah, given it's not like an 8 GB or a 2 GB model, like that would suck. Like, I'm sure if it runs iOS, it can't be 2 GB, but okay. But then Apple is Apple. Your music wherever you go, just like an iPhone, like Apple. Do you realize? See, now don't get me wrong, I'm gonna completely mock at how pointless this device is and how it just doesn't make any practical sense to exist. But then sometimes you just do things because you love it, because nostalgia. I'm pretty sure Apple still makes iPod Touch because nostalgia, because people like me would be really sad if it came in the news tomorrow that Apple doesn't make iPods anymore, or iPods are dead. Like, to me, that would be like the official end of my childhood. Anyhow, coming back. Your music wherever you go. iPod Touch is the perfect way to carry your music collection in your pocket when with iTunes Store, the world's largest music catalog. You can look. Okay, I'm not gonna read all of it. That sucks. Oh, it still shows wired earphones on their fucking product page. Like, do you see that? Like, how old is this? It's not just they have not only updated the iPod, they haven't updated the website, the web page for the iPod. Like, this still has wired earphones on it. Wired earphones and Apple, like that was what, 2016 when iPhone 7 came out that had no headphone jack. Like, let's just make a quick Google search. iPhone 7 came out in 2016. That was 3 years. This is 2019. This is really old, my friend. This iPod is seriously old. Alright, so for some reason the camera was acting up. The battery was like, there's 4 bars in this camera. The battery was at 1 when I started recording. Now it's at 2. Is it just charging itself? Like, okay, this camera is acting. Coming back. So, wired earphones, that's weird. Okay, beautiful colors, I get it. Oh, the lightning jack, the most modern thing on this iPod, maybe. Okay, gaming, power to play, yeah, with a 4-year-old. Okay, but it's still a retina display. Like that's a cool thing about Apple. Like, if you bought this iPod when it came out like 4 or 5 years ago, you still have a beautiful display, like the best display, like according to, in terms of pixel density, this is the best. Like, it's called retina because that's the maximum pixel density your retina can see, like human retinas can see, unless and until you are, I don't know, Hulk, Thor. I don't know if they have better retinas. Marvel never talked about that, did they? So that's one good thing about buying Apple products. I get it. Cool. Satisfy your need for speed with an A8 chip. Like, God, this website. This website needs an update. I'm not sure if the iPod needs an update. Like, Apple doesn't need all this. Like, this is just them being, I don't know, wasteful. They should just update their website. They should remove all of this. Just an iPod image here. It should say, buy this iPod cause nostalgia. Buy now. Khatam. This is just too much. Like, you don't need to know the resolution, bro. Oh well, you have got a great eye. See what you can do with even better cameras. At this point, it seems like it can't record. Yeah, it can't record 4K because it's just 8 megapixels. It needs to be like, as far as my knowledge goes, I could be wrong, but a camera needs to be 8.5 megapixels minimum It's 8. It needs to be 8.5 to record a 4K video, which is like, I guess, all iPhones that Apple sells right now. Like iPhone SE, they discontinued it this year, and even that does 4K. So there is that. FaceTime HD camera, like, yay. Okay. Oh well, it does run iOS 12, world's most advanced operating system. I'm not sure about this, but it's a good fact. It's a good thing that it runs iOS 12, which means like, actually, if you get a good deal on the iPod Touch, a second-hand iPod Touch, like it won't be bad. Like if you wanted a device just so that, let's say you wanted a device because you have an Apple TV at home and you just want something you can stream your Netflix from to the Apple TV for some reason, or maybe you just want a device that can stay at home and connect to all the Bluetooth speakers that you have at home, all the AirPlay enabled speakers you have at home, and just play music. This could completely do that. And if you got something that is second hand and you got a good deal on it, like sure. Or maybe as something you want as a backup device in case you lose your iPhone or you break it. It could still run iMessage and FaceTime. So yeah, like that could have at least me covered. Plus it says it can do Facebook or Twitter. It can do iMessages over Wi-Fi, FaceTime video calls. So it's actually a good backup device in case if you lose your phone. But again, if it's 5.5, I'll buy it. If it's 5.5, it's worth it. But knowing Apple, I'm sure it's not. Now, this is the Apple Music. Oh, guess what else does it look like? Like something that can do all of it plus make a fucking phone call. Just saying, Like if it's $5,000, that's a good deal. Buy it. But knowing Apple, it won't be. Oh, okay, it can even run Instagram. Guess what cannot run Instagram? Windows Phone. Well, which is like, it can also run Snapchat, which is Crossy Birds. Remember when this was a thing? Crossy Bird? Oh, it's Crossy Road, not Crossy Bird. Okay, I see. I like the colors, man. I really love this blue. I also kind of get this color. Like, I like it, space gray or whatever they call it. But if I'm buying one, I'm buying blue. Fun for the whole family sharing. Wireless, like yeah, as if you were gonna put a Ethernet jack on the iPod, right? Lol, Apple. Oh, this color looks nice. Space gray, gold, silver. This is the color silver. What do you call this? Pink? Nah, this is too girly pink. Don't get me wrong, that could come out as sexist, but I like this pink. You see this color? This is rose gold. This is not exactly pink. I really love this. This is, I guess, my favorite color right now. Like, it's nice. It seems classy. It is not too loud. In fact, I have a shirt which is colored, which is of this color, the rose gold color. I really like this color for some reason. Like for the past 1 year, I've really fallen for this color. Wow, blue looks like something else, bro. Blue looks like something else. Okay, I think below this there should be price. Let's be prepped for it. Holy fuck off, Apple. Fuck off. This is brutal. 32 gigs, a device that cannot do 4K, that has a 4-year-old processor, that cannot make fucking phone calls. It costs 17,000. Like, Apple, you killed it. You killed the nostalgia in me. Now I'm gonna go back to OX and I'm gonna buy that guy's second-hand iPod Classic. Like, God, like 32 gigs for 17,000. Like, it's not even fair, Apple. It's like fucking criminal. Like, I was willing to pay you my money, but this is just stupid. Like, this phone, I got this phone for 19,000 bucks. Like, I'm sure it still sells on Amazon for 17 or 18. Like, by the way, for the matter of record, those who don't know, an SE is a faster phone than iPhone 6. It is smaller physically, but it's bigger in terms of performance. If you didn't know, size doesn't matter if your performance is good. That's what she said. Anywho, this is not fair, and I'm just gonna like close this tab now. I'm like done. Like, God, like, dang, you killed it. Like, look at this price tag. Like, even this is too expensive, but this is just brutal. Like, No wonder no one is buying an iPod, because this thing cannot make a phone call, doesn't have a SIM card, has a 5 years old processor. I guess a 4-year-old processor. And oh, wait a sec. 2016, this is 2019, for 5-year-old processor in it, and like it costs this much. Like, god, this is too much for what? For okay, Apple's Apple, they get to make calls. I guess I will stay unsatisfied and stay with a second-hand iPod Classic that I'm gonna buy from these guy on OLX. This is 311 now. It's just tomorrow's vlog that needs to be edited. Excuse me. Take the shower and get back to bed and sleep, because I can't wait to get up tomorrow. So as I was trying to tell you, tomorrow is the first day of the Kala Ghoda Art Festival, which is my favorite time in the city. Those 10 days of Kala Ghoda Art Festival, that's my favorite time in the city. It just gives you an opportunity to be the tourist in the city again, in this amazing dream city of Mumbai. I just love this city. I love this so much, the city so much. When I'm not in Mumbai, I miss it as if you would miss a family member, or a loved one. Anyway, I'll just get the vlog done in the next like 10 minutes. I'll edit it, I'll set it on export, I'll hit the bed, and I'll call it a day for the vlog, because the camera ended. I had to. Right now I'm vlogging with the cable connected. I think it's a lot of talk for today. So yeah, and I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Take care.